Hello everyone, welcome back to Bioschool. This is Gayatri. So in the last session we have discussed laws of inheritance, who proposed the laws of inheritance and what are the types and in details about law of segregation. So today's session it is continuing section of the last part, and in this session we are going to discuss about law of dominance. We all know that the law of inheritance it is proposed by Gregor Johann Mendel, and he has experimented with garden pea plant. Okay, he has done both monohybrid and dihybrid cross in pea plants, and from his experiment he comes to know that there are factors which transform from one generation to next generation. Okay, from this idea he has proposed laws of inheritance. The factors is now known as genes. In the last session we have discussed what is gene, what is alleles, and what is dominant allele and recessive allele. You will get the link in the description box down below as well as in suggested video. So please make sure to check that video. So now the question is, what is monohybrid cross and what is dihybrid cross? In monohybrid cross, a single trait is studied. Okay. In monohybrid cross, a single trait. Whereas in the dihybrid cross, di means two, right? Two independent traits are studied. That's why it is known as dihybrid cross. So now we'll see about law of dominance. What it says. Law of dominance, it says some alleles are dominant while others are recessive, right? Now we know all these terms, what is gene, alleles, dominant and recessive, but earlier time it was completely new. So the law of dominance, it says that an organism with at least one dominant allele displays the effect irrespective of the presence of the recessive one. So this is the law of dominance. An organism with at least one dominant allele will display the effect. It will display its effect, okay, irrespective of the presence of recessive allele. Okay, let's understand by taking a simple example. So let's take the example of plant height. So plant height, it may be tall or it may be dwarf. So the some alleles are dominant while others are recessive. In tall plants, the alleles are dominant, whereas in the dwarf plant, the alleles are recessive. Okay, got it? So some alleles, they are dominant and some alleles are recessive. An organism with at least one dominant allele. So for that, let's cross between these two plants. And Mendel, for his experiment, he has taken the true breeding plants. Okay, like this. These are Mendel has taken the true breeding plants. True breeding plants means the plants with similar alleles. So let's cross them. So this one is the P1 generation. Then what will happen? The gamete will be formed. So here we will apply the law of segregation, right? In the law of segregation, what it says? Law of segregation, it says that during gamete formation, the alleles of a gene will separate from each other and each gamete will receive one allele. So this gamete, it will receive one allele, that is capital T, and another gamete, it will receive another allele. One gamete will receive small t and other gamete will also receive the small t. So these are the gametes. So in F1 generation, capital T, small t, this will cross with this one also, capital T, small t. Let's cross these two, capital T, small t. Between these two, capital T, small t. So these are F1 generation. In F1 generation, all are tall, right? In F1 generation, all the plants are tall. Phenotypically, all the plants are tall. So now come to the definition. An organism with at least one dominant alleles. In F1 generation, you can see there is presence of at least one dominant allele, and this dominant allele, it displays its effect, okay, or it displays its character, that is tall, irrespective of the presence of recessive one. Though the recessive allele is present, but dominant allele, it masks or suppress the expression of recessive allele and express its own character. Okay, so this is the law of dominance. In law of dominance, in a heterozygous condition, if both the dominant and recessive alleles are present in heterozygous condition, so here the dominant allele, it will suppress the expression of recessive allele and it will express its own type. That is the law of dominance is. So let's see in F2 generation. So in F2 generation, let's cross between these two plants. First the gamete will be formed. Here the allele will be separated. One gamete will receive one allele. So one will receive capital T and other will receive small t. Similarly, here also one gamete will receive capital T and other the small t. Capital T, capital T. Here capital T, small t. Here capital T, small t and small t, small t. So these are the product of F2 generation. So in F2 generation, Mendel, he observed 3 plants are tall and one plant is dwarf. But in F1 generation, all the plants are tall. In F2 generation, 3 plants are tall and one plant is dwarf. And here also see, in the first one, the both are capital T, capital T. So it will express its own character, that is tall. Okay. And in these two, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, it is in heterozygous condition. So the law of dominance, it says that, what it says, if an organism with at least one dominant allele will displace the effect irrespective of the presence of recessive one. So here there is a presence of one dominant allele. So if the one dominant allele is present in the organism, then that dominant allele, it will express its character is irrespective of the presence of recessive one. So here, can you please tell me, is it the monohybrid cross or dihybrid cross? Yes, you are right. This is monohybrid cross. So why it is monohybrid cross? Because in this cross, only one trait is considered, that is plant height. Okay, that's why it is known as monohybrid cross. So in the monohybrid cross, can you please tell me now what is the phenotypic ratio? In F2 generation, you can see here the 3 plants are tall, okay, and one is dwarf. So phenotypic ratio is 3:1, right? 3 plants are tall and one plant is dwarf. Now we will look into genotypic ratio. Okay, so what is phenotype? Phenotype means, okay, phenotype means that observable character, what we are seeing, that is the phenotype character. And genotype means the gene composition that is present behind the observable character is known as genotype. Okay, so look at here the genotype. First we look for the tall plant, and the tall plant, the genotype is, one is homozygous condition, capital T, and 2 are in heterozygous. These are though tall but are in heterozygous, and one is dwarf, small t, small t. So this is the genetic composition which is present behind the observable character, that is tall and dwarf. So what is this ratio? It is 1 is to 2 is to 1. Okay. So in a monohybrid cross, the phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1, whereas its genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. So this is all about law of dominance, but law of dominance, it is not true always. Let's say in some cases like law of codominance and incomplete dominance, where we can see in a heterozygous, both the alleles, they will express their character, where the law of dominance fails. So my upcoming video, it will be on law of codominance and incomplete dominance. So guys, please stay connected. Bye bye. See you in my next video. Till then, keep learning.